And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. Back the early kickoff. And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. Finesse like.
Yes, what's going on, people? Welcome to Never Back the Early Kickoff, episode 14. The podcast that keeps you one step ahead of the bookies while having a proper laugh doing it. No filters, no nonsense, just solid picks, proper chat, and a weekly reminder that backing the early kickoff does ruin lives. My name is Leon. I'm not feeling too well today. I don't want to do this based off the weekend results, but I tend to have a sixth sense for picking in-play cards.
And I'm Josh, and I'm fucking back, baby.
Oh, man, I don't want to be here.
After weeks of being down in the dumps, being depressed, contemplating life, I'm fucking back. Let's have it.
Oh my god, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here listening to you with that big grin on your face. Like, because it's not even. I know you've got a lot to get into with your betting, but just the fucking Villa winning again.
Up the Villa.
Oh god, fucking what we said last week, a Villa in a title challenge. I swear I said we'll revisit this with like 14 games to go or something. We need to revisit it right now. It's pissing me off. Fucking just keep getting results. It's doing my head in.
I think she said that we've won another 3 on the bounce.
It's just literally getting out of hand. And the thing that pisses me off is every game, like, well, not every game, but most games you go in like a goal behind, or you went 1-0 behind, then you pulled it back, then you went 2-1 down, and I was like, right, they're not coming back again. 2-2, 3-2. I was like, oh my god, Villa need to piss off.
Right, the main man Morgan banging again.
He's playing so well. He's playing so well.
He's just turned it around. At the start of the season, the first few games he was looking a bit so laggy, and now he just looks backfiring again. Yeah,
mate. He's hitting top gear, mate. I always said with Morgan Rogers, like he impacts games a lot, and he every time I watch him, he plays well, but he just needs end product, and he's producing end product now.
Well, since the start of last season, I think he's got like 18 assists and 19 goals or something like that since the start of last season, which I think is crazy numbers.
It's impressive numbers. I mean, I think this season he needs to be pushing on to try and hit 15 goals. I think he got 10 last year, around 10. He needs to try and push on for 15. And that's a brilliant return for a number 10. You can get 15 league goals. Well,
the problem is at the minute he's been playing out on the left, and then he comes in field, and then we just smash it.
Yeah, I don't think he's all right on the left, but I just think he needs to be off the front.
Nah, he needs to be in the number 10. He needs to be getting that half turn, running at people, creating space, getting in between the lines. He just showed for his second goal against West Ham. Again, picked up that space, turned, had a run, like, no one's there, bang.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable goal, and he's banging form. I just, and I said this to you last week. I just look at Villa's team and I just think this is not sustainable. Like I say, I'm going to say it again. You've got a centre mid playing right wing. You've got Rogers, who's a number 10, playing left wing. You've got 3 trucks in midfield. Well, Tielemans ain't a truck. Tielemans got a bit of tech, but you've got like Kamara and Onana.
Kamara's not a truck. Kamara's class.
Kamara's just a truck in centre mid with Onana.
And then you got
centre forward. You got a centre forward who don't score goals. I'm just like, it can't keep going on like this.
Well, you know what it is? We keep going, and then we're going to get 9 points from our next 3 games.
No, you're not. I swear you've got a trip to the Emirates soon.
Yeah, in the next week we've got United at home, Chelsea away, Arsenal away.
United at home to W. I think you could beat Chelsea away, but I know Palmer's back. Scored on his first game back, of course he did. But be interesting that game because they've got Palmer and Moises back from his suspension. I think that'll be a good game. But you could beat Chelsea. I don't think you're going to go to the Emirates and win.
I'll take a draw there. I'll take a draw.
I think if you can get 2 positive, if you can obviously beat United, and if you can get a draw in one of those 2 games, mate, 4 points out of them 3. Not bad at all.
Let's talk about Newcastle.
Do we have to?
Why?
I said, do we have to talk about Newcastle? Why would I want to talk about Newcastle for?
That's a good result, wasn't it, against Sunderland?
Fucking honestly, I'm at that stage now where, like, I'll watch Newcastle every single game. But I'm getting to that point where I don't enjoy watching us play. It's been a long time since.
Didn't you say to me at the start of the season that you wanted to bet on you finish above us? Because
we did make that bet.
We're 11 points ahead at the minute.
I know. And what I usually say is it's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't worry. What worries me is we just can't string two good performances together in the league, and I'm just getting to that point where I don't enjoy watching us play. Like, I think Gordon just doesn't seem as like effective as usual. Alanga gives us nothing on that side. I think Alanga's now got 15 games, no goals, no assists.
0015.
0015, man. Like, and I just think every time I watch him play, he just doesn't look like he's going to do anything. Voltemada is a decent player. Obviously, I don't know what the hell he was doing the weekend. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
It was a great finish.
He was a good header, but he just seems a little bit detached from the rest of the team. And because what Voltemada is, I was having to think about this. Voltemada's like NBTEKO, but with no pace. That's what Voltemada is. He's NBTEKO with no pace. So he's got a good touch. He's half decent in the air, half decent at finishing, but he just can't move. He just can't get about, so he can't press people, and he just lets teams get out against us dead easy. So I don't know what it is. I think it happened to us last time. You know, when we were in the Champions League last time.
Yeah.
3 games a week, we just can't hack it. So like we'll go and put in like a decent performance in the Champos, and then the week after, like we went to Leverkusen, decent 2-2 out there, and then you come back on the Sunday and the lads just don't have it.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's got depth that you need, and obviously getting used to playing 2 games a week. And then I guess when we were playing in the Champions League, sometimes we never got the most positive results after. And we still managed to get to we should have got Champions League. Obviously, the dodgy result in the last game of the season last year. But obviously this year makes it a lot easier with the Europa League.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it now and I'm looking at the table and I'm thinking, it is a competitive Premier League, and obviously Villa are starting to get a bit of separation with City and Arsenal now. But everyone from like 4th downwards, I think it's about 5-6 points, so it's quite close. So if we can, the problem is I just don't see us putting a run together at the minute. That's the problem. Like we're not playing good football. We can't get back-to-back wins. We've got a tricky couple of games coming up. We've got Chelsea at home on Saturday, and then we've got United away. Yeah, I'm looking at that thinking, what are we going to get from that? Because you never know what you're going to get playing Man United with their fucking stupid formation. You don't know what you're going to get against that.
The game last night was quite funny, to be fair.
Yeah, like 4-4 madness. Like so you don't know what's going to happen when you go Old Trafford. And then Chelsea, I usually like us against Chelsea, but with Moyes back from a 3-game ban and Cole Palmer back, I'm not that confident.
No, it's Chelsea again. Chelsea, like United, you don't know what Chelsea you're going to get. If you're going to get a Chelsea that are on it, that seem on it, and they're ready, they can play you off the bar. But if you get whether it's stuttering, they're taking.
Because when you actually look at some of Chelsea's players, you think like Reece James, top draw player, Moises Caicedo, top draw player, Cole Palmer, top draw player. They've got some players in there that you think, fucking hell, they'd get into pretty much any team in the world.
Yeah, but I think outside them 3...
but then you've got dog shit around that, like Garnacho, dog shit.
Yeah.
Like fucking Robert Sanchez, dog shit.
Neto, basic. Cucurella's decent, but again, he's not that, like, echelon.
Not as a person, but as a footballer, I think he's
but he's not in that echelon of them, sort of, that mould of player, is he? And then, obviously, like, the centre-halves, they can't seem to get a pairing fit and firing. Gusto, I think he's semi-decent at right back, but I think they shouldn't have got rid of Nicholas Jackson.
Oh, that's a bold claim.
Jackson. What have the other 2 strikers done?
No, I get that, but do you think Nicholas Jackson's a better striker than João Pedro?
I really like João Pedro, but at the end of the day, his numbers. I'm looking at his numbers.
Nicholas Jackson's good at everything but scoring, and everything but finishing. Like he runs the channels. He puts effort in. His link up's half decent. He just seemed to miss loads of chances. That's what I remember from Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, but he still got 14 goals last year, or 13. Whereas the 2 strikers now don't seem like they're going to get 10 between them. That's what I'm saying. So
I think to be honest, mate, I think that's a Premier League thing. I think you take Haaland out, and obviously that Thiago. I mean, Thiago's the anomaly, but obviously Haaland is always going to get his goals. But I can't think of too many other centre forwards that. I mean, can you even go another centre forward that's on like 5-6 goals apart from like Haaland, obviously that Thiago. I can't think of another centre forward that's got 6 goals. Nearly halfway through the season.
How many's Walter got?
5 or 4.
Yeah, well, apart from STK.
How
Mateta's
many's
got
he got?
7.
Ekasika's got 7.
Yeah, Mateta's got 7. Welbeck's got 7. Richardson's
Oh,
got 6.
well, that shuts me up then.
Rogers 5. Even Harry Wilson's got 5. Well, Bruno
Yeah,
G's got 5 as
they're not
well.
strikers.
Bowen. Baltimore 5.
Yeah, I mean like pure centre forwards. I didn't realise that a few had got 7
Yeah,
and 6.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin. See, João Pedro's on 4. No, João Pedro's on the same amount as Salah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, I get what you're saying though. It's like it is hard, but obviously STK he started off firing, didn't he? And then he kind of got dropped and then started.
The issue with him is fucking Isaac coming back.
Well, that's what I mean. He probably would be on double
like
figures if
close
it
to
wasn't
10
for
now, yeah.
Isaac.
Did you speaking of Liverpool? Did you see his goals?
No, I haven't seen them. Was it good?
I just told you, man. He's just a very good footballer. He's just a very good footballer. I mean, what do you think's going to happen with Salah now he's off to AFCON? I thought he was weak, man. He's been putting him back in the lineup. I mean, the squad.
But then, is it weak management or smart business? Because they're planning on sending him in January because there's a load of Saudi teams that are interested, and I guess he's probably the prime candidate to go Saudi. And they've been chasing him for years. So it's like if they turn around and go, "Oh no, we're bombing him now," they've obviously the money they're going to get from him is less than what they would do if they put him in. Probably put him in and be like, "Okay, yeah, no, he's part of our team, but you can still bid for him." Do you know what I mean? Is it smart business or is it just weak management?
I wouldn't have had him in the squad. I would have just said nah, like because the thing is, like, you bombed him from the inter squad, so I would have just been like, nah, like you're not coming.
Yeah, but I think if they want to sell him in January, I think if they just bomb him completely, they might get, I don't know, like 20% less, 30% less because.
Do you not think there'll be lots of interest from Saudi for him?
Yeah, but it's just how much money they're willing to pay. If they think he's in demand and Liverpool want to keep him, they'll put him a bigger offer, right? If they go, no, he's completely gone, they'll try and get a cut price offer.
Maybe. I think he's played his last game. I think he's gone.
No, but I'm not debating whether he has or not. But what I'm saying is I think you might say it's weak management, but I think they probably put him in so it looks like to say the Saudi teams that we want to keep him.
But I just think if I was a player in that team, and and this guy's been like the main man for how many years? He's like the highest paid player at the club. He's just been given a massive new contract. He's been shit all season. The manager benches him for a week and then he comes out and just starts saying he's been thrown under the bus. Imagine if you were like Konate or Van Dijk, who are genuinely... And Konate and Van Dijk have rightly been given dogs abuse this season because they've been awful. But imagine if you were them two, who have been getting pelters all season, and then he comes out and just says, I've been scapegoated. You'd be looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about, you dickhead? Like, you literally don't do anything defensively. Like, you're not scoring that many goals. You do nothing defensively. The manager put you on the bench for a week. We've got positive results in near enough all those games, and you're fucking whinging.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So, it's that time of the week where we talk about the weekend and our wins and losses. So, how was yours?
Look at I can't even take you seriously. The grin on your face. You can't wait to get to talking about some of your wins. I mean, my week was it was okay. It was like I ended the week up, but I should have had. It's one of those weeks where like you're happy with a bit of profit, but you think to yourself, ifs and buts, mate. If like one game in particular had gone differently, it would have been a very good weekend versus just a decent weekend. So the ones that I won was I won like a bit of a weird one on Saturday. It was the Fulham versus Burnley game. And I've been keeping an eye on Joachim Anderson for a while because he'd played 14 games and hadn't had a booking all season. And last year he got 7 bookings, and the year before he got 8. So he's a centre-half that gets a booking like every 4 to 5 games. He hadn't got any. So I was just thinking, the minute he comes up against a centre-forward and they're away from home, I thought, he's more than due one. So when they played lined up against Burnley, I saw Broja was up front for Burnley. He gets fouled like 1.86 times a game. It's pretty much 2 times a game. So I thought, there's every chance Anderson's going to foul him a couple of times here. So I thought, I'm going to go for this. So what I did was, on Paddy Power, I did like Joachim Anderson to get booked, to commit a first half foul and to commit 2 fouls. Yeah. So that landed in the first half. So I think that was about 14 to 1.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, so because his odds for a first half foul were really good. I think it was like first half foul was 15-8 or something, and then you stacked that up with the card and the other foul. So that was a solid
Pretty
win.
solid, 15-8 for a first half foul. I guess it doesn't do loads.
No, first half foul, card, and 2 fouls in total.
Oh.
But he did it all in the first half.
Oh, so I thought you meant just for the first half foul. But that's
No,
fine.
no, imagine. Yeah. No, 15-8 for just the first half foul, but then you stack it up with the card.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, 15-8 for the first half
Yeah,
foul.
yeah, he was the second best odds player. I think the only player with better odds than him was Alex Iwobi for some reason.
Oh, that is a great shout. That.
Yeah, so that was I was all over that. So that was a decent one. And then obviously Newcastle Sunderland. I mean, I did a little video before, like picking out the key players, and I ended up going for Mukelele and Bruno G. So Mukelele got one for fracturing Dan Burns' rib and bruising his lung.
Ooh,
Did you see the challenge?
nah, was it bad?
It was like it was a weird one. It was like a 50-50 where they both went to like slide for the ball, but Byrne got there first and cleared it, and then like Mukelele's like knees just clattered into Dan Byrne.
Ooh.
It was bad because Dan Byrne never looks like he's one of them that he never stays down. He was down for ages, got up, tried to carry on, and went down again. But it turns out he's fractured rib, bruised lung.
Ooh, that sounds
So
good.
he got booked for that. And then Bruno G, I just thought beforehand. I thought if things aren't going our way, he's just gonna do something dumb. And there was a bit of a skirmish at the end of the game where the ref booked about 5 players, and obviously Bruno G was right amongst it.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
so that come in. So that them two before the game was like 9s.
Very
So
sound.
yeah, so I won that as well. So they were like my two decent winners over the weekend, which was nice. Obviously, I had a few that didn't go my way, with some in players. Like I did one on like Jude Bellingham in the Madrid game because Madrid were like having life and death with Alaves, and then obviously Jude doesn't go in, but fucking Vinicius goes in, which pissed me off because I was thinking, do I do Jude? Do I do Vinny?
Yeah. Well, we're praying.
Yeah, so I had a few that in plays that didn't go my way, but the one that really fucked me off was Bayern Munich. Like I can't tell you how much they fucked me off. So like, I know. So I had like an 8-fold, and then over the weekend, and then like I took a page out of your book, so I went for a few obscure teams. So obviously I didn't get the
boost.
bonus because the boost because it was I'd like Maccabi Haifa, for example, was one team I had. So didn't have the boost, but I had 8-fold, returned 826 quid. So because I didn't have the boost, I seen Bayern at 1-12 and thought, well, I'm not having that at 1-12. Bayern are playing Mines. Mines are bottom of the league. Bayern are top of the league. But I looked at the handicap market.
Was it away from home?
No, Bayern were at home. At the Allianz. Yeah, playing Mines were bottom of the league. So Bayern Munich, just to win with 1-12, well, not having that is no point. Then I looked at the handicap market and thought, oh, like I looked at Bayern, and Bayern have scored more than 1 goal in every single home game this season. So I thought they're going to score more than 1 goal. I actually thought they were going to beat them like 3 or 4-0. So I thought, you know what, I'll do a -1 handicap, which was 2-7. Pop that on. So watching the game, Bayern, Harry Kane misses a sitter at the start, thinking, oh, is it going to be one of them days? And then Bayern go 1-0 up. I'm like, cool, no drama. Then Mine scored the last kick of the first half to go 1-1, which pissed me off because then I thought, oh, they're going to have to score 2 in the second half. I thought they'll do it, but I thought it's going to be like tighter than I would ideally like this. The second half starts, Bayern absolutely battering. Nothing happens. And then Mines go 2-1 up. And I'm just like, are you taking the fucking piss here? So Bayern 2-1 down. They get it back to 2-2 and they end up drawing 2-2. Now, what I had to do, mate, was I had to go and look at the stats for this game because it was honestly it was hilarious. The stats for this game were hilarious. So Bayern at home before that game at home, 7 games, 7 wins. Yeah. So they'd won every single game at home. It's the first points they've dropped home in the league. So the stats. Do you know what Bayern's XG was?
4.2.
4.5 XG. Ball possession, 85%. Shots, 24. Shots on target, 11. Big chances, 9. Let me just repeat that. Big chances, 9. So it wasn't one of these where their shots on target were just long shots. Big chances, 9.
9.
So, and then Mines, who scored 2 goals. Total shots on target, 2. Total goals, 2. So that was what. So that game cost me, 826 quid. So that was that hurt. And that really, really, really hurt, mate. Because I thought I'm on for a good weekend here, and that was painful. So that was me. Like I said, I didn't. Usually, I would have had more. Would have had more of a dabble, but because I'm not, like I said, because I ain't been feeling too well the last week. Like, I'm not bet as much as usual. But ended the week up, but should have been a hell of a lot more. So how were things, sort of your side of the fence? You've had a grin on your face since we kicked off this week's episode, so I know it's good news your end. So talk to me.
It's been a great week, but also frustrating, and I've got some funny ones as well.
Come on, talk to me.
So going back to last week, obviously it was Champions League, Conference League, Europa League, whatever. So I put a little ninefold on, which I put on TikTok. Frustrating isn't the word. So it starts on Tuesday. First couple come in easily. And then it's over to Watford at home to Sheffield Wednesday. So listen to the stats. Watford, XG, 2.93. Sheffield Wednesday, 0.54. Watford, 23 shots, 9 on target, 6 big chances. Sheffield, 4 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal. They drew 1-1, so Watford battered them all game. They missed a penalty. Sheffield went 1-0 up early in the first half after 17 minutes. Sheffield missed a penalty on Watford missed a penalty on 72, and then scored in a 97 plus. So why to draw 1-1? So that obviously that let me down on my Acca. So that was already down. But then over to Dortmund. Again, the stats. They're playing Bodo Glimt. Dortmund 3.19 XG. Bodo 1.38. Dortmund 22 shots, 9 on target. 6 big chances. Bodo 7 shots, 3 on target, 2 goals. Drew 2-2. It's just like, what is the need? Why does it do that? That was for it was a 25-1, so say 260 return. And then with the bonus on Bet365, that would have been a 400 quid return. What an absolute dink bomb that is.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So that was quite frustrating early in the week, but then bringing it over to the weekend, oh mate, I had a great time. So started off on Saturday. Was it Saturday or Friday? I can't remember when I put it on. But I put it on as Arsenal, obviously Wolves, City beat Palace, Coventry at home, Borough at home to QPR, Cardiff at home to Doncaster, Inter Milan away to Genoa, Atletico at home to Valencia, Barca at home to Osasuna, PSG away to Metz, PSV Hercules, Benfica away to Moyenses, and Galatasaray away to Antalyaspor.
Oh.
And it all come in. So I end up winning £991.
Of how much?
20 quid.
Oh.
But basically, I had 2 separate bets on. So basically, what happened is the Cardiff game was 3-3 going into injury time. So I had 8 teams left, and I had a few already in. So because that was the last game of the kind of 3 o'clock, I've seen my teams that I had left because they're drawing 3-3. I'm just going to put the same bet on with the same teams on because I fancy them all. That was 11-1. For the 8 teams because it was all massive favourites. And I put that on the 92nd minute because I was on my way out, so literally just banged it on quickly and walked out the door. Then all of a sudden, when I drove to the pub, I realised Cardiff had scored 4-3, so then my Acca was back alive. And then I had 8 teams left on the one and 8 teams left on the other one that hadn't even kicked up, that hadn't started yet. So the combined total of both was 991 quid.
No, I mean, I remember that I swear Cardiff goal was 97 or 98.
He was yeah, that's what I'm saying. I literally just pressed reuse bets, obviously swiped Cardiff off, banged the others on, and it was 10-0, 11-1, and that was on 95. And that's what I didn't even look. And then obviously with Arsenal's goal, I was like, this is coming in. I can't have 2 late winners and my bet go down. This has got to come in.
Yeah, I mean, I always say you never win an Acca without there being at least one life and death game. If you pull two 90th minute winners out, then it's just every 90th minute winner is just a good omen.
Yeah.
Like it's just a good omen.
And then I had another one. I had a few others on Sunday because I had a good feeling that was going to come in. And then I had one with Villa when they were 2-2 and they were 11-4 to win. So I banged them on the load of other teams, and it was just as the Scottish Cup was kicking off. So obviously I had Celtic to beat St Mirren, and obviously Celtic shat the bed and St Mirren went and won.
Oh, that Celtic manager's an absolute bluffer. He's only had 3 games. He's a bluffer. I don't know how. Obviously, they lost to Roma, which is fair enough. Like, I don't get who managing Celtic, you're not beating Roma. But they lost to Hearts, and to lose, like, imagine being a new manager coming in and taking over for a cup final against crappy St Mirren and then getting beat. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Was it 3-1 in the end?
Yeah, 3-1.
Doesn't even sound like it was a smash and grab job or anything. 3-1's bad.
No. So to top things off, obviously I was just sat there on Sunday night. I had all the money in my betting account. So I had another team that I fancied in Portugal. They were called Alverca, playing Aroca. They were basically Aroca at bottom of the league. They were at home. And the other team, Alverca, I know they're both saying the same, were like 27-20. So I had I put one on with Juve, Madrid, Marseille, and this Alverca, and they got a man sent off after 20 minutes.
Oh, God.
So then I was watching. So then I put another one on with Juventus, because even though like the team that were bottom of the league, they were kind of on top. But I was like, you know, sometimes when you just see the game just fizzle into like a 0-0, like a dead game. I put Juve on Madrid, and then the double chance for the away team, which was the team with 10 men, and the draw. Because then I thought, well, if the other two can come in, I can then put some on and then make a profit and like kind of hedge my bets against it. So basically, I was waiting for the Madrid game to finish, because obviously that was 2-1 late on, before I backed the home team. Because by the time I was ready to back the home team, it was in like the 70th minute or something like that, and they were like they were starting to get well over evens to win, because it was like so late in the game. And then as I was like getting ready to put it on, I was just waiting for the final whistle to go in Madrid. They scored, so then I ended up losing a bit, which obviously fine, because I ended up down. Obviously it's all come from my winning, so that didn't bother me too much. But it just was just frustrating that I could, if I would have been like 30 seconds earlier, I would have been all right. And then going into last night, it was again a similar thing in Portugal. There was a team called Nacional at home to Tondela, who again a crap team in the league. Nacional got a man sent off early doors in the first half, so I started watching it, and Tondela were like evens. So then eventually I was watching a bit of it. I was like, okay, well they're on top, and then they got a penalty and missed the penalty. So I was like, well, they've just missed the penalty. They're going to go on to win this now. They've got to go on to win this. That's just going to fall. Yeah, they are the crapper team. Again, this is what I kind of was hedging for in the other game. That didn't go my way. So this one I was like, okay, I'm going to go with the flow and match it. So Tondela, they missed the penalty. So I only put 25 quid on. There was like 10-11, and I put next goal to score is them, and then the match was always going to be them. I was playing against 10 men. Sorted. So check 1-0. Then all of a sudden I've gone to Bet365 and I see National 1-1. I'm like, so Tondela went 1-0 up, National went 1-1. So it's gone to like the 90th minute or like 91st minute. Tondela get a penalty. And I just looked at it, I was like, I know what's going to happen here. They missed a penalty.
Oh. The keeper save it, or did he miss target?
Keeper save. Then from the goal kick, from the penalty, because then obviously they've got it, ended up being a goal kick. From the goal kick, it's literally a long ball up. The centre forward was like nodded it back to like a centre mid and then put someone through. Then National, the team 10 men have gone 2-1. Then this all after the 90th minute.
Oh my God.
Then Tondela got a man sent off. And then National went and scored another goal and won 3-1.
You're joking. That's sounds like the craziest end to a game. That's just typical betting. You bet on a team against 10 men and then they miss 2 pens. Like, you can't even script it. Especially like in 90th minute. Just score the pen and win the game. You're playing 10 men. Fucking hell.
And the fact that, like, yeah, they end up winning 3-1 in not the 90th minute.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you know what that is, man? That's the betting god saying, look, you've won a couple of 90th minute ones now. We need a bit of balance. That's
That's
crazy.
what I mean. So they missed a penalty on 37, scored on 49, then National equalised on 68. Oh, fucking hell. It's even later than I thought it was. So, like I said, Tondela got a penalty. It was in the 98th minute, 98. They've scored in 99. Then Tondela have got a man sent off in 90 plus 13. And then they scored a penalty in 90 plus 15.
God.
What? There's just no need for a penalty, 2 penalties and 2 goals and a red card after 98.
Painful, mate. Painful. But you can't moan too much, though. Cause
No, so that's what I said. I'm up, but I just said, I told you it was a funny one. You just got to laugh at it, haven't you?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? You wouldn't have been laughing if you had them on your Acca. Imagine you had them on like your Acca. I know you'd never have had them before, but like imagine that being on one of your teams for an Acca. Your head would just fall off. It's such a different story when you've got a big win under your belt. You're like, it's not bad. So I can afford. It's only 25 quid, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I end up. Even though I won a grand, I end up betting. Well, putting basically back in the draw in the Benfica game because that was the last game. The first like half an hour, the stats were going in that Morencian's favour, whatever, however you pronounce it. And so I was like, okay, and then put 100 quid on the draw just in case. It was 3-1, so I was like, I'd rather bet 100 quid, and if they do, somebody put out a draw. I can't see them winning, but I could definitely see a draw if Benfica don't pull it out and then they won 4-0. So it's just typical.
Yeah, because if you don't do that, do you know what happens? You do what I do, where fucking Liverpool lose to Man United at home. But anyway, that's a different story.
So as usual, we're going to look at the week ahead. So I guess the game's starting to come thick and fast now. So what are you thinking?
No, mate. I mean, this is a really important time in the calendar because we get into the Christmas period and a few of the European leagues take a break after this week's fixtures. So it's a good time to try and get one last decent win before the European teams sort of step away. I mean, in terms of like cards, I've had a look and I'm quite gutted, to be honest, because you know me and I love the Fantastic Four. I've got a bit of a problem. Do you know what the problem is?
What?
Zaccagni decided to take a red card the other day against Parma. So that means he clearly just wanted Christmas and New Year off with the kids. So he just jumped into a reckless tackle for no reason. It's a straight 3-game ban. He ain't going to be back until January, February time with 3-game ban.
They closed down for Christmas anyway, so you don't even have to have Christmas off.
No, but what I'm saying is like they've got one more game.
Oh.
So he's literally just fucked that game off and he's got like a break in the new year as well. So he's done now. So Zaccagni got a straight red. It was a horrible challenge as well. In the first half, there was absolutely no need for it. Like, that was premeditated. Like, so he's gone. Abdi Ezazuli, mate, is off with Morocco in the AFCON. So what I need to look up is
he said it makes your life easier.
No, but can you? Does AFCON allow you to do bookings? I'm sure it does. I'm sure it did last time.
I'm assuming it will.
I think it did last time. I'm sure it did last time. So that is probably a blessing and a curse. He's not going to be around for Betis, but he's going to be playing in AFCON against right backs that just aren't sort of at the usual sort of stand. If they're playing I don't know who's in Morocco's group, but Morocco are definitely going to be one of the favourites.
But what you're also forgetting is in tournaments you get better odds.
Well, I can't remember what it's like for AFCON. Like, I'm sure you can.
Not the way it's like for AFCON, but I just remember the World Cup and stuff. The odds were there, but a lot better than.
So I'm going to be keeping an eye on Abdi as AFCON develops.
They're playing on the 21st. They're the opening fixture on the 21st against Comoros.
Well, I'll be looking at whoever is. I'm gonna do like little videos for AFCON. Like, because if Abdi's going against the right back, as soon as that I know who that is, I'll be putting money on that straight away.
Yeah.
So
Morocco are favourites to win the whole competition.
Yeah,
so.
they're a good side. Morocco, got some good players. So Abdi's away. Zaccagni's away with his suspension. Jack Grealish has done a hamstring.
Oh, is it?
Grealish has done a hamstring, so he's going to be out for a bit. So my favourite players, mate, they're not going to be around. The league scene anyway. So this week, one of the games I like, and I know I always pick Newcastle up, but it's because we've got dirtbags in our team. But we've got Chelsea at St James's, early kick-off on Saturday. So, us v Chelsea tend to have cards anyway, but then I think Moyes is back from a 3-game ban. The two players that I think are going to be at it are Bruno and Enzo Fernandez. You got the Brazil-Argentina battle in there. They're both wind-up merchants. They're both going to foul each other. They're both going to be diving. They're both going to be mouthing off at the referee. Bruno Guimaraes has got 4 cards so far this season. So that means if he gets one against Chelsea, he gets the Boxing Day fixture off against Man United. So that means he gets Christmas at home with the kids. So I can see nothing but a Bruno G yellow. And I can also see an Enzo Fernandez yellow in that game. So definitely those two in that game. Everton play Arsenal. Now this is a bit of an outsidey pick because a lot of things have to happen for this to come to fruition. But with Jack Grealish doing his hamstring, I think Ilian Mdai is going to get moved to the left wing. And I think he's going to put Tyler Dibbling on the right wing. Now if Tyler Dibbling and Ilian Mdai start against Arsenal, it's at the Hill Dickinson at Everton's ground, I can see Timber getting booked, but I can definitely see Calafiori getting booked against Tyler Dibbling. Definitely. Yeah. So, in that game, only if Dibbling starts on the right and Ndai starts on the left, I'd go Calafiori, definitely, and Jurian Timber. Jurian Timber's due a card. So I'd go for those two as well. And then moving on to the Sunday, a big game on Sunday, Villa United at Villa Park.
Another W for the boys.
I do think you're going to win. United are just a basket case. But when Morgan Rogers gets moved into the 10, and that could be at the start of the game, or it could be 60 minutes in, there is no way Casemiro's not going to get a booking against him. There's just no way.
Yeah,
there's just no way.
Not going to be nothing against him.
Casemiro's not mobile. Morgan Rogers will just take it past him, and he's just going to... I could see him getting sent off, but I'm going to just say yellow, Casemiro or Morgan Rogers. So my top picks would be definitely Enzo Fernandez, definitely Bruno G, definitely Casemiro, and then maybe Calafiori and Timber if Everton start with the lineup that I think. So yeah, so that's my feelings. I did have a look around Europe, mate, but nothing really jumped out at me.
Yeah, it's hard time of year, isn't it?
It is. And like I said earlier, I'll keep an eye on AFCON, keep an eye on Abdi, Ezazuli, and who his next victim is. But yeah, that's me.
So what I think for this week is, I think starting in Bulgaria on Friday, you got Ludogorets. They're third in the league. They usually smash the league and win the league against a team called Barrow in the relegation. So if they win this, they go 7 points behind the league leaders, Levski. And this is a game that should have been played, I guess got postponed for some reason earlier in the season. So yeah, that's that one. Bournemouth at home to Burnley, especially after scoring 4 last night. Burnley a dog, ain't they? So yeah. Man City at home to West Ham. Man City are just flying slowly under the radar. A bit inconsistent, but they should have enough to beat West Ham. I think they're not great.
West Ham are ass. West Ham are so bad.
Ipswich at home to Sheffield Wednesday. No more needs to be said. Swindon at home to Crawley. Swindon are third in the league. Depending on how results go, if they win, they go top. If Nottingham and Walsall... Notts County and Walsall lose or draw. And then Crawley are just above relegation, have lost 7 out of 8 away from home and drew 1. Madrid over Seville, I know you're probably going to say you're not keen on that, but again, I think Madrid need to win.
They make every game look difficult, that's the problem.
Yeah, they do, to be fair. But again, it's just a team, might not necessarily have them, but it's at the Bernabeu, so... And then in Turkey, on Saturday, you got Fenerbahce away to a team called Ayuspor, and then Besiktas at home to Rizespor. Then Villa, absolute banker, at home to United. Bayern away to Heidenheim. Don't know if you're going to moan about that one.
I'm not going to moan about it because that was an anomaly that they didn't win at home. So I'm going to have Bayern on my slip because they're not going to. Because the thing is, like a team like Bayern, once they have like a stinky result like that, you know they're going to bounce back.
Yeah. And then if you want somewhat a bit more of a fruitier league, you got Schalke in the German second division. They're top of the league. They're playing a team called Brunswick. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Do you get the bet boost on that German second league?
Yeah. They're just above the relegation zone. Schalke are top of the league. So yeah, I do fancy them. And then if you want to push it to Monday as well, you've got Porto and Benfica both playing, and then the African Cup of Nations starts on Sunday as well. So again, that's another interesting one and another interesting market. So yeah, those are my key picks for the week ahead, and then we go on to Boxing Day and all sorts, and all of our different bets for the weird and wonderful ones over the next few weeks.
Nice. And you're going to be posting those on some of those across socials?
Yeah, we'll do. We'll be posting them all.
Good man. Good man.
As usual, guys, we're doing our weekly topic, and the topic this week is the Christmas period the best time to bet? What are your thoughts?
Mate,
I know I've got mine.
Mate, I've got plenty of thoughts on this, and I like it's a nice seasonal topic, sort of around the festive period. And is this the best time to bet? For me, if I'm thinking strictly about cards, I would say this is absolutely one of the best times to bet. I mean, my favourite time to bet is usually around international tournament football, because you alluded to it earlier, you get brilliant odds. But this year, you've got AFCON around this time of year, which you don't usually get. So like this is like AFCON every
usually
year.
February, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's never usually this time of year. So I would say I like betting around Christmas on cards anyway. But now you've got AFCON, that adds a whole new layer to it. So you've got, obviously, with AFCON, you've got like life and death for these countries, like trying to win that tournament. So there's going to be lots of cards, especially when it gets past the first weeks, the first fixtures in the group. When it gets to that, you have to win or you're out. There'll be loads of cards. So I'm going to definitely be keeping an eye on that. And I think there's a lot of money to be had in AFCON on cards. But why I like the Christmas period in particular for bookings is because you can use data to sort of predict like the likelihood of someone getting a card. And what I mean by that is, obviously, when a player gets to 5 bookings, then they get a suspension. Yeah? So that means, and if you put yourself in the player, in a Premier League player's shoes, if you've got 4 cards just organically this time of year, you got to think to yourself, well, if I get a card in this week's fixtures, then I get the fixture after Christmas off. So that'll either be the 26th for Newcastle and United players, but for nearly all the other Prem players, that's the 27th.
Yeah.
So if they get a booking this week, players on 4 bookings, they miss that fixture. That means you basically get to have Christmas at home with the kids, mate. Christmas at home with the family. Christmas at home with the kids. You haven't got to travel with the team. So a lot of players on 4 bookings do pick up cards this time of year. So that's why, like, I remember last year I won one on Ashley Young, I think it was, against Jadon Sancho. Ashley Young just come off the bench and just started kicking out at people because he was on 4 bookings and he just wanted the 5th one so he could have Boxing Day off.
Yeah.
And I've won on it a few years, like players that are on 4 bookings, because you can tell the ones that want a booking if you're watching the game, because they just start doing mad shit for no reason. So for me, definitely best time of year to bet for cards. And then also not even just Christmas. When I'm thinking of like the Brazil players, in particular the South American players, mate, those that like a party. If you're on 4 bookings, then obviously not the next game, but if they get on the 27th, if they were to get a booking, then they miss the games on just after New Year's. So then they basically get New Year's Eve off.
Yeah.
So you can use that to be like, right, it's not like a foolproof strategy. Obviously not everyone on 4 bookings is gonna get a card. But like there are certain ones who like will deliberately go out to get that 5th yellow so they can have either Christmas off with the kids or New Year's Day off.
Yeah.
To have a party. So I mean I'm not gonna go through every single player, but there are when I last checked, there's 22. So there's 22 Premier League players currently who are sat on 4 yellow cards. So that means this upcoming game week, if they were to get a booking, they miss the fixture after Christmas. Hence why earlier I said Bruno G is absolutely on my list, because even if he wasn't against Enzo Fernandez, I would have had him, just for the fact he's on 4 cards. He's a family man. Got his partner and his kids back up in Newcastle. He's going to want to have Christmas with the kids. He ain't going to want to trek up to Old Trafford on Boxing Day.
Well, you'd pretty much have to travel Christmas night anyway.
Exactly. So it's going to be like spending Christmas night in a hotel away from the family. Or your alternative is just take a silly yellow, Lucas Paqueta style. Take a silly yellow, and then you get Boxing Day off, make it Christmas off. Like, it's a no-brainer. I definitely would do it if I was a player, 100%. So just to bring it back to your question, for bookings, absolutely, this is one of the best times to bet. And then you throw in AFCON, and for me, it's just, I'm expecting to make a lot of money over the next 4 weeks. I'll put it that way. How about you? What about sort of booking on, from your perspective on sort of results?
Well, from an Acca, I think it's, how can you get much better? You've got games every 3 days. You can literally put on a bet from like pretty much this weekend till New Year's. Or if you miss out on this weekend, you've got then over 2 game weeks to then bet on different, like obviously, especially across England, because you've got games every 3 days. So you don't even need to focus on one game week. If you want to like if you want to be nuts, you've still got like the Conference League this week. You've got AFCON kicking off. You've got all Premier League fixtures this weekend and next week, and you can still bet on the ones on Boxing Day. So you've literally got Conference League, Premier League this weekend, AFCON, Premier League next after Christmas. You've got all the different leagues, and you've still got, if you want to go to like obscure leagues, you've got them really obscure leagues that are still going like across Christmas. That it's just obviously the main league shut down. So I think it's just too many games not for it to be good. And again, I think now with AFCON coming in, it's for an extra mix. You get more teams that you can put on the boost. And then there's going to be teams like Sunderland, for example, that have got 6 players gone to AFCON that are going to be struggling big time. Like 4 of their starting 11 against Newcastle have gone to AFCON. So take out 4 key players, like 2 of their wingers. So who's going to be playing on the wing for them? I don't know.
No idea, mate.
So again, sometimes go against the grain. So Brighton are playing Sunderland on the weekend, and I'd fancy Brighton, to be honest, with 4 players out for Sunderland. And then you've got the booking overlays on top, depending on who's playing who.
No, I like it. What I was just going to say as well, why I like it for, why I always tend to have like an Acca this time of year, or apart from a few actually this time of year. One, because you've got a history of winning, like on Boxing Day, you've got like a good record on Boxing Day. So I always just like to try and copy in and around what you're doing because you've got a good record. But
well, it was this time of year when you copied me and won the grand.
It was, and hopefully that'll be the same this year. But why I really like it, particularly for the Premier League and the Championship in particular, is because, right, one of the things that I think is a massive variable for betting on teams is when they've had like a European game. So, like, say, like us, Newcastle against Sunderland, we had a European game, we were shit against Sunderland. A lot of the big teams who would play Champions League or Europa League or whatever, obviously, you can't predict how that's going to impact their game come the weekend. What I like the Christmas period is, it puts everyone in the same boat. So your good squads and your shit squads both have to play 2 games a week. So you know that, like, Man City squad can handle 2 games, they're used to it. But you've got, like, teams like fucking, Leeds. I don't know, someone like, not even Leeds, but I was going to say someone like Everton, for example. Everton aren't going to be able to perform well 2 games in a week. They haven't got the squad for it. They've got some good players in the first 11, but they haven't got the squad for it. Whereas like your Chelseas, your Cities, your Arsenals, their squads are massive. They're used to playing Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday. Whereas like the other Premier League clubs ain't used to it. So I have a lot more confidence in the bigger clubs because they've got the squads to handle that, the intense amount of fixtures.
Yeah, and I also think because the Christmas period is so important, like in terms of there's so many games thick and fast. If you have a bad rut, like you lose, if you don't get like 2 results, like that could be it's not your season done, but that puts you massively behind across the rest of the season, and that's why it's so important. And big clubs like, I guess, leverage the squads in this like kind of time, because it's the times where the big teams start kicking on and winning and go, okay, we need to win 3 out of 3 because as soon as January comes, then we've got a 2-week break. So if we don't get them points now, you might never make them back.
Exactly, and just to piggyback on that as well, this is a period of time. Like obviously, once this Thursday's out the way, there's no Champions League football for a bit, so it's a chance where they can go, right, we need to really push on now because we haven't got the Champions League games as a distraction. So this is a chance for us to really just get a lot of points on the board without the European football as a distraction. So it just gives me that much more confidence on the big teams that look, they're not going to fuck up or slip up during this period.
Yeah. No, I agree. As usual, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck for the Christmas period ahead. And so peace out, and don't forget to like, comment and share. And watch out on TikTok for some of our other tips.
Cool. Take care all. Don't forget Bruno G, Enzo Fernandez, 12:30, Newcastle, Chelsea, because they are both getting booked. Take care and catch you next time.
And don't forget to tune in next week for Never Back the Early Kickoff. Thanks for watching. Follow us across socials for more. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please gamble responsibly. 18+.